Hello, you cool cucumbers. Now, I've got another little something that I scripted out for you. This is actually a music video I came up with years ago, but I think this draft that I just made a couple days ago is probably the best version of it. Um, bear in mind, this is an idea I was not at all considering budgetary limitations because this would be a very expensive music video to make. But I remember when I first talked about it online, I got a lot of positive feedback, so I figured I would share it with you guys again. And if I see a music video that happens to, resemble this, well, I might just have to come after you. Idea theft is still theft. So, with that caveat, let us begin. The gist of the narrative is the viewer following a guardian angel who looks down on the same individual, only to ultimately commit suicide in each new life this individual is granted. In each sequence of his just number of likewise generation after generation, uh, just recycling of existences, he makes the same pattern of mistakes over and over, and they inevitably drive him to plunge off a large structure, while all the angel can do is look up on its cloud, look down from his cloud, in solemn disbelief, no matter what part of the world he is born into next. The subject of this guardian angel. Doesn't matter color or creed, he will without fail manage to strive to be an ambitious inventor who continues to produce impressive feats of innovation, only to constantly have the rug pulled out from him by some powerful bigwig. He also falls in love with a venomous partner, only for her to really be with him for the money promised and never delivered upon, for his soon-to-be plagiarized and unduly profited off of invention. This, combined with his financial woes, causes his bride-to-be to leave him in lieu of a scandalous and very flaunted affair with the patent maker who ripped him off in the first place. This emotional cross to bear proves too much for the subject and will timelessly, just endlessly urge him into a brief phase of tortured mania and heartbreak that drives him to end each cycle of his life by taking a dive off a large structure. The structure is of a different sort each time, but invariably bears the exact same height, down to the number of floors, even defined down to the millimeter of the building, but always different in shape, design, location each time. And that would repeat his unyielding spell of senseless deaths. In these subsequent regenerations, one of the things that would also stay the same, being the angel fraught with woe looking down with each fatal step his different incarnation takes. And with each death that happens, the angel visibly starts to deteriorate into a more frail and wrinkled visage with each generation's predestined failure. So after one last appearance and continual self-destruction in the modern world, the angel rapidly scratches its wings to bloody, pulpy shreds and proceeds to hurl them from the perch the cloud is perched on, and then leap himself, or itself, I guess it's an angel, they're supposed to be sexless, from that perch on heaven, in an act of dissent against its creator, and also a gesture of personal ownership, because the angel's problem was it was ultimately unable to, really intervene in watching this person it was, assigned or whatever, was dying over and over again, and, killing the angel more and more inside. And so, the final shots comprised the angel burning up in the atmosphere among his descent, which unleashes a sonic boom as it cracks through the atmosphere, blazing like a sparkler and proceeding to rain down upon a great region of the earth. Like a volatile, just heaps of this volatile phosphorus-like material that incinerates all hapless enough to be caught within its range. And it turns them all into salt-like statues, not unlike what was described in the biblical story of the annihilation of Sodom and Gomorrah, when they're running away and the person looks back and they turn into salt. But as the angel connects with the earth, a tremendous explosion bellows out in a wave that sweeps out of a crater, and the angel's impact that is stricken, or this crater, the angel's impact is stricken into the earth, and the resulting shockwave blows away the salt husks of the former people, as they just whirl away into these wispy white apparitions that swirl into the dust of this blast wave and its incinerating winds. It all comes to a close with a blackened, sinewy creature comprised of tightly bound, leathery flesh rising out of the crater, and it tears out the molten stumps that once served as the foundation for its wings, and rips each one out. And both of these are molten hot after taking this, like insanely fast fall from heaven, and it sticks each one as the molten nature of these stumps, starts to just sear and burn its palms, and it's already kind of crispy skin. It sticks one after another over its heads to form like a makeshift pair of horns, before from heaven above a bright luminous beam along with a wheel of angels starts to beam down and just descend towards this now fallen angel. But this light and these angels coming to basically spar with it and try to destroy this one who is turned. It's all extinguished by a huge plume of gray flakes that spirals up in defiance like a volcanic cyclone when the angel wraps its elongated tongue around its still simmering horn and sputters out all these inky fogs of hate that successfully snuff out that divine glow from heaven and just covers the earth in darkness as it swirls through the atmosphere. And so it utters, "Now it is my final call who lives and who dies," as it growls out, its eyes bulge, its throat bulges hideously, and a growing number of electrical volts leap back and forth from each horn, becoming more precarious as the fallen angel shakes and a huge blast of high voltage just renders the screen black. Fin. Now, I know I'm not the smoothest reader, but tell me what you think, because you know, that was an idea I'm very proud of. Again, don't make off with my fucking idea. That's not cool. That's not cool. I don't mind if you're inspired by my idea and you do something kind of similar, but not, you know, to the T. Don't you know, Carlos Mencia or Dennis Leary my shit, you know. Please, please, please. Because, you know, I'm not getting paid for any of this. I just do it for fun. And if you'd like to hear more stuff like this, like, I am a fiction writer. I actually do have a template for a story that has a slightly frivolous name, but you'd be surprised. It's actually quite. I was quite impressed by it, and I'm a very, very self-deprecating artist. Artist. No, I don't. I hate people who call themselves artists. But it's not necessarily something that you assign to yourself. That's something other people assign to you. But anyways, yeah, I've got this about 2,500 word template for it describes the entire narrative of a story called Angels versus Aliens, and it's actually pretty cool. And I've also got a lot of other ones too. So if you want to hear any more of my fiction described, I would be happy to share it with you, because I would say if I had a knack for anything that was able to compete with my sort of knowledge of psychology and psychedelics and stuff like that, it would be for writing fiction. But just bear in mind, I've always been very self-conscious, so I've really, like, selectively chosen who to share my writing with. But if you like this and you want to hear more, I would happily share some with you. So, on that note, I will bid you farewell, my lovelies, and yeah, be sure to subscribe and all that. Yeah.